This right here is an absolute shame. Cassie is no longer Diddy's problem. She pregnant with another man's baby, worried about what Puff got going on. She the reason why he's sitting behind bars. She don't completely moved on, but she can't let him go. People saying she need to close her legs because they don't know if that's her husband's baby or not. Now, I ain't trying to upset nobody or get nobody in their feelings, but she doing too much. Puff fighting for his motherfucking life like R. Kelly. He ain't able to provide for his kids. How he gonna work? He can't eat. He can't sleep. This R. Kelly part 2. Where Gayle King at? I'm trying to figure out if Cassie wants some more money, because if $30 million ain't enough, I know she got a lot of mouths to feed and she got more mouths to feed. That is not Diddy's responsibility. She is not his problem no more, but she's his biggest problem. What her husband got to say about this? Ain't she married? She need to leave it alone. Let it go. Cassie, here's the whole truth and nothing but the truth, y'all. So we're about to get to the real part of this. Her baby bump is huge. She's still out there getting freaky. People saying she learned her lesson and she said no to drugs, no to sex, but that may not be the case. And I love Cassie. Ain't nothing like a great value Jennifer Lopez. I had a couple of them in my day, man. But as far as her being pregnant, going to court, the baby listening to everything that's happening. The baby knows what's going on. It's a possibility when her baby born, the baby gonna give her the side eye, y'all. Got 30 million, still trying to put a nigga down. Did he feel like Tyrese? What more do she want from me? Hold on, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit them like buttons, subscribe to the channel before we continue. Yo, Reg, cut the music off, man. I need people to hit the like and subscribe. Because I've been catching a lot of heat for giving my take on this. I don't got the popular opinion like other people got the popular opinion. So let me know if y'all can hear me out there. Because they've been hating on my mic. They've been hating on the stream. They've been doing a lot of work trying to stop me from voicing my opinion. Y'all see, I got over 1 million subscribers and, my message is powerful. They don't want this getting across the globe. People in China, they using the text messages that translate the language and they telling me I'm doing a good job. But people here in America don't like it. It's sort of like when the maintenance man show up and he not Latino, it's a possibility your shit ain't getting fixed that day. It's like when your maintenance man pull up listening to Lil Baby, you already know in the back of your head he ain't gonna do it right. When your maintenance man pull up listening to Carlos Santana and he hop out with 4-5 other people just to fix the toilet, you know you're gonna get your work done that day. That's what it's like watching my videos. When you see Sean Blazerton go live, it's like when the Latin man come over to fix the stove. You know you're going to be able to cook tonight because I'm definitely about to start cooking, y'all. Without further ado, we got to get into the video. Y'all need to listen at this because Cassie pregnant. And y'all know women be acting crazy when they pregnant. She squatted on the bench, got up. Her wedgie was so big, she snatched the cloth off of the chair in the courtroom. So she ain't having it. Diddy got a lot of problems on his hand. He was trembling, scared when Cassie walked up in there. He got a good reason for that. Y'all need to listen at this.
It's day 2 in the federal criminal trial for Sean Diddy Combs. Let's take a look at what happened inside the courtroom. Jury selection continued for another day. The judge chose 19 prospective jurors on day 1 and continued to pick more on day 2. So we're getting closer to that magic number of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. Some potential jurors were dismissed because they admitted viewing hotel surveillance video obtained by CNN, allegedly showing Diddy attacking his ex-partner, singer Cassie Ventura. One prospective juror called the video, quote, damning, was dismissed on day 1. So that video is already taking a big part in this trial.
It's the video from hell, y'all. The video when Diddy snapped on Cassie and the whole world got to see how angry he can get. Now Cassie is back and she about to kick him his ass the same way he kicked her in her ass. Y'all don't think she want to catch that fade? She gonna catch it in the courtroom. She remember. She got people calling her, gassing her up all day. You just gonna let him ride on you like that, kick you in your ass, knock you down in the hotel? She don't care about the money. There's no amount of money that could get her dignity back. When you looking dusty as ever, getting your ass beat by a butt-naked hip-hop mogul. If you don't sue his ass for some more money, you must be stupid. She want all his money. I put the video on slow-mo. I did a remix to it. Sent it to Houston. They chopped and screwed the video. Now she back. And she ain't taking no for an answer. She smiled it off, laughed it off. But in the back of her mind, she already knew that she was going to get him for every motherfucking dime. And y'all ladies out there will feel the same way if somebody swiftly football punt kicked you in your ass. Cassie ain't playing. Diddy was trembling scared when she came up in the courtroom with a big ass belly about to have another man's baby. I could see if she was his baby mother or his ex-wife or something like that. He was just some skeezer that he was freaking off with back in his freak off days. And to Cassie's credit, she's still very lovely. And a lot of times that's hard for people of her caliber to do. People can't maintain that sexy like how Cassie been able to maintain her sexy. She on baby number 4, number 3, or whatever the case is. And she still look pretty damn good. I think Diddy chose wisely. And if Tupac was still alive, he'll probably be mad as hell. If Tupac was still alive, he would be pissed the fuck off right now, man. Because this what he'll be waking up to every morning. And no disrespect to Jasmine Guy. But that Michael Jackson shit only lasted through the 90s. I'm trying to say people like Cassie don't necessarily age gracefully. Beyonce, come get your mother. Y'all need to quit playing these games in the media. I don't know who they think they fooling. But that's Negro here nor there. Hey, we got to get back to this news, man. Without further ado, let's do this. Y'all listening? All right, here we go. Y'all listen at this.
Bring in attorney Nima Rahmani, who is also a former federal prosecutor and was kind enough to join us once again to break all of this down. Now, Nima, this hotel surveillance video is the cause of multiple dismissals. So is this kind of a prelude to how important that video is going to be at trial, seeing how it's already affecting jury selection?
Sophia, that video is incredibly important. And we know it's important because Combs denied all this. He denied it after Cassie filed her lawsuit in November 2023, even though he settled it the next day. He denied it even after his LA and Miami homes were raided in March of last year. Only in May, when CNN got a copy of that video, did Combs issue an apology. And it's powerful. Everyone's seen it. You know, obviously, Combs has his hand on the towel and he's striking Cassie when she's on the ground, when she's reportedly leaving a freak off. So if you're the prosecution, you'll love this case in terms of the evidence. Now, maybe you don't like it because all the jurors have seen it and they have a preconceived view of the case. But one of the things that makes this case so unique is everyone has heard about it and everyone has seen a key piece of evidence before they've even walked into that courtroom. So it's fair game for the judge to ask, hey, you've seen the video, but can you be fair and impartial? And the potential jurors that say, listen, I can't, they are going to be excused from the panel.
So they ain't got no jury. They ain't got no case, man. You ain't got no jury. You ain't got no case. That's like people showing up for a sale and you tell them it ain't no sale. People thought they was going to be able to get their Subway sandwich for $3. You telling them they got to pay the $12. They ain't trying to pay the $12 if they showed up for the $3. Now y'all ain't going to sell no sandwiches. Now y'all ain't got no case. You done sold the shit cheap. For shock value. They put it out too early. They was holding on to it, couldn't hold it no more. They can't hold water. The judicial system done spilt the tea. They might as well have Tasha K be the judge. Can't hold water. Done told everybody what he did. Now everybody know. And they trying to sell it to the people. Ain't gonna be able to sell it to nobody. They gonna have to hold that and let him go home. And Cassie moved on anyway. She pregnant with another man's baby. What she want with Diddy? He gave her $30 million. Cassie, sit your big ass down. They need to figure out another celebrity to get out there. Trey Songz, they talking about he too sexy to be in the news. You try to lock Trey Songz up, he in the courtroom licking his lips with the taco meat out. It's gonna be a hood rat to sneak him out of jail, man. He gonna have all the corrections officers pregnant in jail. A couple of Dusty's gonna pull a set-it-off heist to come get Trey Songz out of jail. You gotta wait till they get fat, funky, and dusty for the public to turn their back on the celebrity. And I seen it time and time again, man. I ain't gonna front. I love making this point. I'm gonna make it again. Y'all gotta see what I'm talking about, man. Y'all hit them like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, because I'm about to make a point that's gonna have you thinking, man. When R. Kelly was young and still attractive, when ladies was throwing their panties on stage, taking off their sweaty bras and slapping them in the face with it, he could do no wrong. They felt like Aaliyah was a lucky girl to be with such a handsome man, regardless of how old he was. And he had money, girl, too. Ooh. They felt like Aaliyah was doing her thing. It wasn't until he got fat and old when people flipped the script and wanted to see R. Kelly go to jail. It wasn't until he had them hot dogs in the back of his neck. It wasn't until he started looking like the school janitor that they wanted to lock him up and throw away the key. When he was sexy, he could do no wrong. When he started slipping and that pot belly was looking crazy, that's when they wanted to throw the can at R. Kelly. Y'all see how America do? When that skinny mustache wasn't working for him, when them braids looked stupid on his head. They said he looked like an action figure when he got older. That's when they wanted him in jail. When he couldn't snatch off his shirt. When them titties got too big. That's when they wanted him in jail. But when he was young, ain't nobody want to see pretty boy R. Kelly do no time. Your mother, your auntie, they would have fought to keep this man free. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. And the same thing happened with Diddy. When Diddy was a young bad boy smooth with 360 waves, he could eat food off your plate. Look at Mary J. Blige. All she could do was smile. People loved Diddy when he was young looking. He was able to keep that Beijing and shit going for a long time. But now that he in court, he ain't got that stuff to keep himself young. And that's what's making people want to see him do life in jail. When he started getting fat, look at this, y'all. When Diddy started getting fat, that's when people said enough is enough. Throw his fat ass in jail. Let him do time for the stuff he doing out there, freaking off with titties. When he was out there looking all sloppy and ridiculous, that's when people wanted him to do time. When he started putting Botox in his breasts, when he was walking around looking like a gorilla, people wanted him off the streets. He was in the middle of Central Park looking like King Kong. They ain't know if he was sitting down or crawling on all fours. The day after this picture went viral, that's when they locked his ass up in the cage. When you get old and you get stank looking, that's when you become a menace to society. And as far as Cassie go, man, I gotta say this one time and one time only. I love Cassie Ventura. I love everything about her except her music. It ain't nothing else I don't like about Cassie. She beautiful. She definitely a freak. She done did 3 songs, 4 songs. She's a nasty girl. Catch her on the late night when her husband out of town. Bring her a bottle of Hennessy. Ain't no telling what might happen up in there with Cassie. You let her see your bank statement and you got a couple of M's up in that bitch. Ain't no telling what she gonna do. People don't change. They just hide their freakiness from the public. You go in her bedroom, you might get electrocuted with all that freaky stuff she got up in there. Cassie is set to testify against Diddy in his federal trial, y'all. And it better be soon. Sooner than later, because it looked like she may need to rest and recuperate and get ready for baby number 3 real soon. Congratulations to Cassie. She about to have a whole nother baby. She done started a family. She got that suburban living going on. Her husband be on the farm. Y'all got to see this, man, because I'm proud of her. She cleaned up her image like, what's the chick name that became a Christian? Black China. And Brittany Renner. She cleaned up her image, man. She ain't a thought pocket no more as far as the public is concerned. And her husband, last name Fine. Girl, ooh. No Diddy. She got a new man. And his last name Fine. Girl. Cassie doing good. He got a ranch. Shit, he probably put that noose around her neck and ride her ass all night just like a cowgirl. Let's keep it real. Ain't no, they already got 3 kids. Ain't no telling how freaky they get up in there. And how you gonna wife her after you know all the nasty stuff she did with Puff? That must turn him on for real. He liked the fact that his girl is skank. He probably come in the bedroom with them chains swinging and shit, acting like he Diddy. Can't stop, won't stop. Don't mess around. Put another baby in her ass. The white Diddy. Call him Whitey. W-I-D-D-Y. But that's Negro here nor there. Yo, y'all make sure y'all hit them like buttons, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, we got to get back to this very serious news. Listen at this, y'all.
How difficult do you think it's going to be for Diddy's defense team to counter that video?
Sophia, it is going to be incredibly difficult because you can argue that these witnesses are lying, right? They want money, they want fame, they want revenge. But video doesn't lie. We've all seen that video with our own eyes. So video is the most powerful evidence. I think this video, as well as the other videos that were seized, may break this case. Because another thing that makes this unique is typically you don't have sex acts and sexual assault caught on tape. But Cassie says in her complaint that Combs would record these sex acts for his own sexual pleasure and maybe to, maintain control over the other participants. So I think if that...
Man, I'll put the camera down the barrel of some cheeks before too. I ain't going front. I'm pretty sure y'all did it too, man. And zoomed in on the butt. That's what cell phone people record freaky things, man. Your grandmother recorded somebody with a wedgie while she was waiting at the KFC. People got some shit on their phone. That's what the phones do. People record things, man. How was it a crime that he recorded some freaky things? You know how many chicks get caught out here built bad, getting recorded in people's phones? Jelly rolls flopping on their back like wings. People record stuff all the time, man. I was sitting at a restaurant with a chick a long time ago with somebody that was old enough to be a nigga grandmother. But she was built like she was a young lady. I ain't trying to put my business in the street, but they recorded me sitting across from a Don King lookalike. But her body was crazy, man. They probably was wondering what this 20-year-old kid doing holding hands with this elderly woman with a cockadoo hairdo. They should have recorded the part when she stood up, though. They talking about Diddy wrong for having videos recorded of his sexual acts. If that's the case, we all need to be in jail. People record things. It's not against the law. Somebody tell me where that is a crime.
Video exists and the prosecution plays it, would record these sex acts for his own sexual pleasure and maybe to acts and sexual assault caught on tape. But Cassie says in her complaint that Combs would record these sex acts for his own sexual pleasure and maybe to, maintain control over the other participants. So I think if that video exists and the prosecution plays it, that may be the reason why Combs is convicted.
If the video exists, if the prosecution play it, if they don't have ducks in a row and it's a bunch of ifs, maybes, or what ifs, then they ain't got no case. And for them to even be speaking on this type of stuff beforehand just goes to show that they really not working with nothing. If they really had a case, they would have kept everything hush hush. Seeing how all of this stuff been in the news for over the past couple of years, and they've been going so hard with it. If they was seriously planning on building a case against him, they would have kept a lot of this stuff quiet. They wouldn't have been allowed to do 1 million videos a week about possibilities, because y'all planting shit in people's heads. Y'all already tainted the jury. If they really had a case, they wouldn't have did all them countless documentaries about what ifs and maybes and allegations and Jane Does and John Does. That's not how it works, man. That's like you trying to file for disability and you faking it. You don't ran a public marathon and you trying to go for your disability. You putting all this information out there about you. Now your claim is denied because you doing too much, man. They done did too much. They done showed their hand. They done showed whatever it is they trying to do. They let the public know. The public could work this case as far as the information they've been providing. What's the point even going to court if they got to take? And even if they do got to take, and he recorded himself or him with other people, that's an invasion of privacy, man. That's his right to do that. It's free will, man. It's nowhere where they could say it's against the law. And if y'all feel differently, if y'all feel like I ain't right in this, somebody let me know where I'm wrong at.
Do you think a prospective juror who has seen the video can be impartial enough to sit for this jury?
I think everyone has seen the video. I mean, there's no place you can move this trial to, no juror that you could get. This is such a big case. That video went viral immediately. I could tell you, because I do a lot of work for CNN. I got a call early that morning from the producer. As soon as they got the video, they said, Nima, we need you on right away. We have something you will not believe. It is the smoking gun evidence in this case. It completely corroborates what Cassie was saying. And I think the defense, they've argued that the video was doctored or it's sped up, it's incomplete. It only shows a snapshot in time for this longer relationship. But I think they're going to have their hands full with this video.
So it's pretty impossible then to expect to get a juror who hasn't seen this video. So the defense attorneys are going to have to work with somebody who has likely seen this video.
You really have to be living under a rock not to have seen this video. Even my parents that don't watch TV, they've seen the video. So I think if you're the prosecution, what you want to do is rehabilitate these jurors. That means when the jurors get up there, say, yeah, I've seen the video. Of course it's disturbing. How can you not be disturbed? But what you ask those jurors is, you've seen the video, but can you still be fair and impartial in this case? Can you decide the case solely?
Man, shit happens, y'all. Remember? Hold on. Y'all need to see. Y'all remember when Quavo and Sweetie got into an altercation in the elevator and people was talking about it? Hey, these type of things happen, man. People get into it. Diddy wouldn't be the only celebrity that got caught getting into it with their girl or whatever. He dragged her ass over an Xbox. We don't know what Diddy was mad about. We know for a fact that Quavo was pissed off about an Xbox. It's a bunch of other ones. Hold on. Bow Wow, he got in the car in the elevator. Bow Wow got his ass beat by a female. He up in her face barking like he gonna do something. Next thing you know, it looked like he got in a fight with Wolverine. She gouged his shit out, man. Her mugshot flawless. She ain't got not one scratch. He looked like he was fighting a bear. And they got that on video. I mean, so many other ones out there. And I ain't saying it's right, but people get into it, especially in hotels. When they out of town and somebody done did something they ain't got no business doing. They said that she was flirting with Shaq, but Shaq got deeper pockets than Bow Wow. And from what I know about Shaquille O'Neal, he'll take your chick, man. That's what he do. He get off on that. He will take your girl, and your girl gonna ride with Shaq because he a goddamn, what is it, a 4-time NBA champion with deep pockets and don't mind spending no money. She beat his ass and left and went to go be with Shaq. Is she in court for that or whatever the case is? Did they take that to trial? I don't think so. All I'm trying to say is people get into it. Look, remember when Solange beat Jay-Z ass in the elevator? She whooped his ass. She was throwing shit. She threw her shoes at him. She knocked him upside his head. Beyonce was standing there. She was nervous. People laughed this off. People thought this was a joke. Jay-Z walked out the elevator holding his face. Like, damn, she smacked the shit out of him on tape. Do she got a case? Now, if Jay-Z was on trial and they played this in the courtroom, I promise the jury be giggling. The jury will think this is hilarious when it's the other way around. He should have been bobbing and weaving. A man can't call the police and report nothing. What the police gonna do when they get there? Like, she hit me. It's gonna be a laughing match. And Diddy was wrong. Don't get it twisted. But if this why they trying to put him in jail for life, then Solange need to be on the van too, or be in the damn bus with Diddy on the way upstate. I'm just saying, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section. But there's definitely a double standard here. Y'all can't deny that it's a double standard. Y'all need to listen at this real quick.
No offense to Kevin Bacon, but when it comes to degrees of separation between artists and actors and icons and movers and shakers, nobody is more entwined with the cultural fabric of the past 30 years than Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, whatever you call him. His fingerprints are all over music and television and fashion and fragrances, even the liquor that we've been drinking for decades. And even if you don't know Diddy from Puff Daddy, no judgment, boo.
No, they didn't. No, the fuck they didn't. That is elderly white lady. Talk like she work in a beauty supply store next to the Chinese restaurant. She said, "Don't worry, boo. I got you with this Diddy news." She got on door knocker earrings and everything for this madness. She tell you all about Puff Diddy Daddy. She tell you about the hits, who he worked with, Black Raw, Mace. She cultured. Let's just say that. She the Rachel Dolezal for news. And if you don't know who Diddy is, she gonna fill you in. Don't worry about it, boo. She gonna take care of everything. Listen at this chick.
Puffy, P. Diddy, whatever you call him, his fingerprints are all over music and television and fashion and fragrances, even the liquor that we've been drinking for decades. And even if you don't know Diddy from Puff Daddy, no judgment, boo.
Get the fuck out of here, man. She ain't gonna judge you if you don't know the difference between Diddy and Puff Daddy. Don't worry about it. We gonna talk about Puffy Diddy, Sean Diddy, Combs, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Daddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy. They ain't got no more news, y'all. They done ran out of gas. They on the news Putin. Don't mess around and shard it, because they done ran out of gas. It ain't nothing else to it ain't nothing else to talk about. Now they running in circles. And she tired. She look like she ready to quit. We don't know if that Skip Bayless playing. We don't know what's going on for real. But this is so sad.
He's had many acts.
Hold on.
But he's more than likely made an impression on everybody watching right now. I don't care what your age is. Maybe you'll never forget when he dated J-Lo. That was a big thing, quarter century ago.
Hell yeah. Hell
Before
yeah.
Ben Jen, it was Diddy Jen. But then it was Puff Jen, actually.
She freestyling, man. They ain't give her no cue cards, no nothing. Before it was Ben Jen, it was Diddy Jen or a Puff Jen, or Puff Diddy Daddy Jen. They ain't give her nothing to work with. She just got to figure it out as she go.
Launched the vote or die in 2004. It became a really big deal there for a lot of people. He also threw those star-studded white parties in the Hamptons where everybody who was anybody went. Maybe you saw these pictures. Maybe you were there. Maybe you drank that Ciroc vodka that he was shilling forever, right? Maybe you wore a pair of his jeans. Sean John was a heck of a label. And maybe Bad Boy Entertainment opened your eyes and ears to a world that you never knew existed.
Never sue the other driver after
Shit,
a
what's
car
going on,
accident.
man? Yo, get that
There's
together,
a better
man.
way to get paid
Yo,
a way
quit playing
bigger
no
check
games and get
without
it together,
having.
man. This news exclusive.
Now, of course, Sean Combs' legacy, just like his liberty, his fortune, and his future, that all hangs in the balance of a sex crimes trial underway right now in New York federal court. But those connections and Diddy's impact not only are not fading away, they are under the spotlight like never before, in the last place you might expect. Jury selection. Like, it's never exciting, jury selection. Oh, it's boring. You wait till the panel's picked and then the good stuff starts. No, not in this case. Jury selection's been amazing. The candidates are being asked about their own connections to or impressions of an array of celebrities, and with no explanation why, at least not yet. The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy and the charges. Just today, the name Robert Downey Jr. came up in court when a prospective juror said that he knew a Robert Downey in high school. It was kind of funny. But Robert Downey, the actor, and Diddy apparently do know each other and have been seen together in public. But
What the fuck that got to do with anything? Is he on trial for murder or no? Is he on trial because he a celebrity that know other celebrities? Is he guilty of being friends with famous people? They said the A-lister's name dropped in the jury. They're kicking bars on the news now. What they trying to get people to hold on for? They trying to get people to hold on to this news for as long as possible. What's happening behind the scenes that got them feeling like, man, we got to drag this a little bit longer while some shit go down that people really need to be concerned about. As far as him having celebrity friends, that is not a crime. As far as him having a sex party, that is not a crime. These college kids have pool parties. They talk about they living the life. They'll freak you, your mama, your auntie, your cousin, your brother. They don't give a fuck. That's how they out here living. I'm a part of the life. They be in these fraternities, sororities, them college kids acting a damn fool. And when they get out of college and they get their jobs, that don't mean the party gonna stop. And a lot of y'all out there been to pool parties. Let me type this in. It's going on this week, man. It's happening this weekend. It's about to be lit this summer. Trust me. Rick Ross have a party every Saturday at his house in the pool. Girls from all over the place. Look. Y'all need to see this, man. This is Ross's crib. on Old Nat in Atlanta, Georgia. Rick Ross pool party Sunday, July is going down. The biggest pool party that you've seen thus far. Huh? So what? He take off his shirt, his fat ass jump in the pool. There don't even be no water left in the pool. You got everybody from the neighborhood. Come, show up, show out, bikinis on, booties out. Who gives a damn? Big ass mansion, a whole bunch of rooms. Anything goes. Who cares? People have parties, and people are willing to participate, especially when they're around some celebrities. Can you imagine how sleazy it get at them Rick Ross parties and they smoking weed and drinking, and all the hood rats and their cousins and everybody invited? Who cares? If you've been, you've been. If you want to go, you can go. Ain't nobody gonna judge you. People go to Cancun, Wild Out, bikinis, girls, you name it. Do they need to be rounded up and thrown in jail? Do they need to present this as evidence in the court for what crime? So, because people travel to go to a Rick Ross party, is that sex trafficking? Is that transportation of prostitute? Because a prostitute showed up at your house, is that a charge? Because people choose to do. Now, if you're making somebody do something against their will, like forcing them to come to a party, how you force somebody to come to a party? A pool party at that. You got to put them in a van, put a blindfold over their head on some Squid Game shit. And when they get there, they not having a good time. It is what it is, man. Hold on. Y'all need to look at this.
Robert Downey Jr. reportedly never attended Diddy's parties. So if he does figure into this trial somehow, it's going to be a lot of news to a lot of us. Mike Myers, another favorite Canadian, favorite actor, favorite comedian. He is on the jury question list as well. And that too is a tongue-wagging mystery. Unless it's about the quick jab at Diddy that he took in the Austin Powers movie. I don't know. Doesn't seem likely.
Who gives a man? They pulling your leg, y'all. They is pulling your leg. They got Austin Powers. When the last Austin Powers movie came out? Look at this. Austin Powers movie. They talking about he made a pun at Puff Daddy in the movie and now he on the damn trial. Look at this, y'all. The last Austin Power movie came out in 2002. What that got to do with anything that's going on right now? Why would they even mention him? They trying to get as much star power as they can get. They want that Austin power on the Diddy trial. Continue on with this madness. Continue on with it.
Rolling Stone magazine reports that actor Michael B. Jordan made the list because Diddy once threatened him for dating Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura.
I'm floored. I'm floored, man. Wait a minute, y'all. Matter of fact, let me do the research. And what that got to do, so they gonna put him in jail for that? Like, yo, nigga, I know you a big buff nigga, probably whoop my ass, but you know, the only way you gonna freak Cassie is if I get to watch, nigga. Yo, I don't know, if you ain't trying to get paid, nigga, you ain't gonna be able to freak off with Cassie, man. If you ain't on the BBC list, don't even talk to my bitch. Like, if I ever see you with Cassie and I'm not in the room, if I'm not watching, it's going to be a problem, Playboy, because I've been trying to see you take that shit off for a long time. You're going to have to get in line like everybody else, homeboy. Don't think you skip the line and shit. Be in the room with her by yourself. In case you ain't heard, I like to watch, nigga. Talking about you want to be with Cassie. You're going to have to be with me and Cassie. You know, watch yourself, man, because I'm watching. Either you watch you or I'm going to watch you. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it, so we might as well do it together with Cassie. He threatened Michael B. Jordan because Diddy will be the first one to snatch this man's shirt off. It's gonna be buttons flying everywhere. Like, come here, bring your buff ass over here, nigga. Take that, take that, take that. He a freak. If anything, he'll smack Cassie for not including him in the damn whatever they had going on. Like, how you gonna kiss that nigga and not kiss me afterwards and shit? You gonna brush your teeth after you kiss that nigga? You gonna kiss the nigga, brush your teeth, and nigga, come here. Now I gotta find the nigga and kiss the nigga in front of everybody. He threatened Michael B. Jordan would have beat his ass. He would have Apollo Creed Diddy. Like, hey, Playboy, let me talk to you real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Whatever, man. Diddy obviously don't give a damn about these hoes. Because if he did, he wouldn't be paying people to bang his chicks. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all need to hear this.
Same goes for the rapper Kid Cudi. USA Today says that Cassie's lawsuit claimed that Diddy threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car. Music producer Dallas Austin may have made the list for his.
Hold on, y'all. And I hate to keep stopping this, but this shit is ridiculous. Kid. Hold on. This man riding around in a Chrysler 300. Diddy like, you'll get more money off the insurance with this shit. Let me blow this raggedy piece of shit up, man. Get you an insurance claim or something. Ride around this old ass Cadillac. You better off getting the insurance. That way we can go half on something better. This is some bullshit. Kid Cudi riding around in cloth seats. Car can't even start. Talking about Diddy blew up the damn car. Putting that regular gas in his car, riding around with LL Cool J. Next thing you know, his car blowed up. What that got to do with Diddy? Did he blow up the car or no? Or did he threaten to blow up the car? Wait a minute. Run that back. Run that back.
Rolling Stone magazine reports that actor Michael B. Jordan made the list because Diddy once threatened him for dating Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. Same goes for the rapper Kid Cudi. USA Today says that Cassie's lawsuit claimed that Diddy threatened to blow up Kid Cudi's car.
What?
Music producer Dallas Austin may have made the list.
He threatened to do it. So I'm thinking that Kid Cudi's car blew up this whole time. Come to find out, ain't shit happened to the man's car, and they talking about that in court. People say all different types of shit to be talking shit. If that's the case, they need to shut down the NBA. The stuff they be saying on the court, when they mic'd up, they all need to go to jail, especially LeBron James. How many times an NBA player told another NBA player, I'll smack the shit out you? That's all they say on the court. Your bitch ass this, your bitch ass that. They got your baby mama. Kevin Garnett told Carmelo Anthony that Lala Anthony tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios, and they was getting ready to fight. Who cares if they talking trash? What that got to do with anything? Yo, Morris Rule, thank you so much for that donation, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button too. I got so much love for y'all. Okay, let's get back into this.
List for his ties to the late Kim Porter, who was mom to 4 of Diddy's kiddies. And singer Dawn Richard from the girl group Danity Kane, she is likely on the famous people list because she's one of Diddy's many accusers. Not in his criminal case, but she sued him civilly last year, claiming that she saw him abuse Cassie, his girlfriend, and that she herself was sexually assaulted, deprived of food, and cheated out of money that she was owed. Guess what? You're going to hear from her attorney in just a hot minute. But first, I want to bring in News Nation correspondent Caitlin Becker, who's outside the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Caitlin's been covering this case gavel to gavel. Okay. First of all, let's just start.
They make it seem like this is Christmas or a great American pastime. They're making it seem like this is a once-a-year event, like this is something that, America is all about. Like it's Thanksgiving or the 4th of July. Like they got a public execution going on. Yo, last night I was doing a little bit of research for all my people on Docs Daily. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Public executions has been a major thing in America for a long time, man. Y'all got to see this. It's only going to take a quick second. And I ain't trying to bring race into this or slavery. I'm trying to let y'all know that this been going on for a very, very long time before slavery, before any of that. Public executions is a great American pastime. Y'all need to look at this real quick. I promise we're going to get back to Diddy, but come on. Let's get a little education in there too. Execution, access history. Do y'all see that? Let me make sure y'all can see that. Y'all see that? Okay, cool. Look, in this Friday, August 14, 1936 filed picture, a large crowd watches as attendants adjust a black hood over Rainy Bethia's head just before his public hanging in Owensboro, Kentucky. Bethia, a 20-year-old black man convicted of scraping a 70-year-old white woman, was the last person killed in a public execution in the United States. So this was the last time it went down officially to where they did the whole shebang. And they put them on a platform for everybody to see, all eyes looking up. Look how many people was there. Somebody said, nigga, you can't show this, you'll get demonetized. He's scared for me, bro. I'm scared too. But I'm just saying, I ain't about to show nobody get lynched or nothing like that. I'm just saying, this is the public execution that's been going on for. Get your scare. Somebody tell his scary ass to sit down somewhere, man. Let me do my show. He's scared for me. He unemployed, so he can't contribute. Somebody get this nigga. Don't threw me. I ain't looking at the comments no more. Don't threw me off my game. Oh, scary ass. The point I'm trying to make is public executions is a big thing. The way they treating this Diddy trial, like it's just some fun shit. This is why. Look at this. Yeah. And I ain't trying to make it black or white. I ain't trying to make this about race because my research showed me that they was executing kings and queens. Like anybody could get it back in the day. Public executions is like world history. It's been going on in Britain for the longest, between the 17th and early 19th century. Britain's bloody code made more than 200 crimes, many of them trivial, punishable by death. People enjoy this type of stuff. Always have, always will. But that's Negro here, no there. Hey, let's get back to this news real quick because this is the reason why they so gung-ho. Look at the smiles on their faces. Like, yep, we got one ready to cook. Like, Diddy is going to hang. Like, sure is. He's going to hang. We just got to get the jury pool together. They got to get the public involved. They got to get everything lined up so they can make it happen. Everybody's watching. Ain't shit changed. They making it to where everybody can feel involved and everybody feel like as long as it ain't me, that's sad for him. Yo, y'all got to look at this real quick because this is what tripped me out. And it's only going to tell that scary ass dude to get out of here, man. Look, the execution sites of London. London, the largest and most influential city in the country, provided a grand backdrop for some of the most famous executions in history. Look at them people. They bought their babies, they bought their family, their friends. They ain't had no technology, no Instagram, no Twitter, no nothing. And they all caught word through the grapevine. It's going to be an execution. They got dressed up, people hobbling in. People of all walks of life can attend this, from the royals to the poor. This the only time when they actually came together on the same page to see a public execution, man. And that's the same thing with the Diddy situation. You got broke people, poor people, black people, white people, people of all nationalities. They all come together with an opinion just to see this man get lynched. Capital punishment has been around in Britain long before the creation of the United Kingdom. At its peak, it is said that there were some 220 crimes which were punishable by death, including being out at night with a blackened face. Well, God damn. Do y'all see this? Impersonating Chelsea Pisneer damaging Westmere Bridge, being in company of gypsies for a month. They said being out at night with a blackened face. In London, y'all. London, even if your ass was sunburnt or you fucked around, you just out here black, you gonna get it. London, the largest and most influential city in the country, provided a grand backdrop. We read that. Although the death penalty in England was abolished in 1965, we managed to track down some of London's most historic execution sites, which we've marked on the interactive map below. God damn. Do y'all see this? These are like movie theaters. Like movie theaters. Look. Once the most notorious prison in London, Newgate was commissioned in the 12th century by King Henry II and remained in use all the way up to 1902. God damn. I'm talking about hundreds of years it is. So we've been conditioned as humanity. And it's not just in London. Y'all know in African countries, Middle Eastern countries, you get caught stealing, they'll cut your hand off. Look, good. Oh my God, I would hate to show y'all this, but this is, I don't know if I should show y'all. Can y'all see this? Oh, thank God y'all can't see it. Because there's a history where people get amputated for fucking around. They still do that in Japan. They will cut your fingers off. If you fucking up in the Yakuza, they will cut your shit clean off. Oh my God, this might be too gruesome. Because I'm looking at it, I don't want y'all to see it, but they'll chop your shit off if you get caught out there. And there's always a large crowd to witness this stuff. So with Diddy in the news and he going through what he going through, the cycle is continuing. Okay, I'm going to shut up about it. We're going to move on. Hold on. Play that.
Drip of all the names because the internet is really on fire. What happened today?
You know, Ashley, a lot of the same things. You get asked these same exact questions about these celebrities with no real context as to why. And you really hit the nail on the head a minute ago when you said jury selection's kind of boring, but not in the Diddy case. Most prospective jurors who come into jury selection have never heard of the defendant, let alone have an opinion of them. But what we heard today was prospective jurors who were excluded because they flat out said they don't like Diddy going into it. They don't have a favorable opinion. One guy said he believed Diddy has enough money to buy his way out of jail. So those jurors immediately excluded. There was also some laughs in the courtroom today from the attorneys and the judge when one prospective juror said that he couldn't guarantee that he wouldn't be able to smoke marijuana for all 8 to 10 weeks of the trial. So that person was excluded. But by the end of the day, they've added 10 more people to that pool of 45 that they're trying to get, because they're not impaneling the jury, like I said, typically as how we think of it. They're going to have a pool of 45 people who are acceptable prospective jurors. They expect that to be done tomorrow. And from that pool of 45, that is where they're going to choose their 12 jurors and their 6 alternates, Ash.
You realize that that marijuana guy has just set the bar for every other person out there who wants to get out of jury duty. You just tell the judge that you're a dope smoker and you can't give it up. I can't believe that was a reason to be like punted, but I can. Okay, the other thing I didn't quite understand, especially on the, the day after the Met Gala, the toast of the town and costumery, Diddy showed up in the same clothes. He's wearing the same outfit. Do we expect that this is a ploy? Is this a mistake that lawyers forgot to bring him a fresh change? What was going on there?
Same outfit really surprised me too. I expected maybe a version of that outfit, but not the same exact one. It is a little dressed down for court. So I don't know if maybe we're going to see a suited Diddy when it comes time for the trial to actually begin come Monday. But there aren't any.
Damn, man. They got Diddy in there dusty and doing bad. He wore the same clothes 2 days in a row. Wow. And they loving every last minute. This is public humiliation. Public humiliation. he still got millions of dollars. He might not be home to spend it, but damn. And they loving every last minute of this right here. They ain't got no proof for him doing shit. They don't got, once they get the public against you, it ain't nothing you can do. It's like being in school with a bunch of cruel ass kids. This whole thing is childish when you think about it. Where is the adults in the situation? They all being childish. They act like people ain't never had sex before. They pointing their finger talking about, ooh, you did a freak off. Ooh, Diddy. He in trouble for being a grown ass man. He in trouble for having money. He in trouble for being successful and having swag. He in trouble for having enough sauce to pull your chick and her mama. He in trouble because people want to get busy with him. He been able to get plenty of cheeks in his lifetime. Now he got to pay the price. He in trouble because he had a freak for a girlfriend for the past 10 years. And she liked to do freaky things. Like Young Miami wasn't on TV talking about she liked them golden showers. Like Young Miami didn't tell Trina that she liked to get them golden showers. Y'all need to see this. It's some freaky people out here. Who gives a damn? Young Miami can get all the golden showers she want. If she ain't peeing on me, I don't give a fuck. They could pee on each other all day if that's what they want to do. As long as no urine land in my car or on my body, y'all can have at it. They grown, if that's what they want to do. Young Miami golden showers confessions makes P. Diddy a thing. Y'all see this? Let me make sure y'all can see it real quick. Young Miami didn't hold back during the discussion about her bedroom fetishes on the latest episode of Carisha Please. And now fans think her boyfriend Diddy is running a streaming service. Miami and her fellow 305 rap queen Trina were getting sauced while playing a drinking game called Risha Roulette, when she revealed she's into getting peed on during sex. Not to mention they were sipping some De Leon. Like that liquor company sponsored this nonsense. That's where he fucked up. He got too ratchet. He had these, and shout out to Trina and Young Miami. But I doubt if De Leon sponsored any of this madness they had going on. I doubt if De Leon and Ciroc wanted to make these women the face of their franchise, especially talking the way they was talking. That's where he fucked up. That's the reason why they throwing him under the bus. He fucked up. He should have never had Young Miami in front of no De Leon playing no Risha Roulette while promoting a brand like it's just the ratchetest drink on the market. They was gonna have to sell that shit for the low at a gas station if he would have kept on with this madness. I don't recall seeing no De Leon in the liquor store or no Ciroc. And if I seen it, I wouldn't even want it no more. I don't remember and I used to like Ciroc. But I don't want no Ciroc no more. Trina, who's been flipping foul lyrics since Miami was a toddler. Y'all see that? Trina, old hoe in the game. She old school with the sluttage, like Lil' Kim. Trina, who's been flipping foul lyrics since Miami was a toddler. And that's the reason why she came up the way she came up, because people look at Trina like a role model. She a grandma. This is your modern day grandmothers out here, y'all. And it's the saddest thing ever. So the young girls coming up, and I ain't saying all, because a lot of y'all women got people in y'all family that's very respectable, and these people are just entertainers. But then you got people out there that don't have no respectable people in their family, and they actually look up to people like Trina and Lil' Kim and Nicki Minaj, like they role models. And it's men out there. It's a bunch of men out here with no father figures looking up to Boosie badass, like he a father figure or whatever. Okay, it's sad, but you know, it is what it is. Although she coped to making it rain on men, She was confused if her bodily fluid constituted a golden shower. As for Miami's love for water sports, the internet soaked it up, immediately directing so many jokes at her man, P. Diddy, and it was a trending topic. Said, why y'all calling Young Miami P. Diddy when Aretha Franklin was right there? P. Diddy is trending at 6 a.m. as well. So this was funny a little while ago, not that long ago. People thought this was hilarious. Nobody took offense to it. It wasn't criminal not that long ago. Now the media are trying to make it seem like whatever they had going on in the bedroom is a crime. Like they're going to present this stuff in court and he can face life in jail. Miami and Diddy's relationship has been a big part of fan conversation as of late, particularly after the bad boy mogul recently had a baby girl with another woman. This is one way to crush all that baby talk. Clearly, their relationship is alive and well and is wet too. So this was the news when this came out. This was just in 2023, the beginning of 2023 in January. It was all hee ha ha. People was laughing about it. Fast forward to 2025, he on trial for being a freak or having kinky sex and shit with people, which is nobody's business. Her saying this on the podcast, that's where she messed up. People need to keep their business to themselves, like P.D. Pablo said. That's when things got crazy. When people that lip service, these blogs, these podcasts, Gene Deal running his mouth, people talking too much. Back in the day, if you wasn't in the industry, you just ain't know what was going on. Let me show y'all something real quick. I got to make another point before we get back into this. Yeah. This is what I want y'all to see. Hold on, no, get that together. Yo, for my old heads out there, y'all remember this? You go to the barbershop, you waiting for your cut. They got the Source magazine. They got Eve, Snoop Dogg, you name it. You pick up one of these and get the scoop on the celebrity. This is all people was working with before the internet. If you heard anything about a rapper, you heard it in the Source or Double XL. And they gave you just enough to let you know that your favorite rapper was the man. They weren't talking about who Diddy was freaking with, who Biggie was sleeping. You ain't hear none of this stuff until after the fact, when people that was around them started making up stories just to sensationalize some shit. This is when the artist was an artist. This is when legends was legends, when people was actually respected. You see a celebrity, they was a celebrity. Nowadays, all of their personal business, that take the magic out of it. That's like going to a restaurant and you know everything that's happening in the kitchen. You might not want to eat the food. If you seen y'all pull up to the drive-thru, talk to the intercom, pull up to the window, give them your money, pull up to the next window, take the food and eat it. But if you was in there watching everything that was happening, ain't no way you would want that damn food. And that's why people don't want to listen to these people's music no more. Prime example, the rapper Common was a legend. You could listen to his music all day, every day. He recently came out with a book telling his personal information. Look. Hold on. Look. Y'all got to see this, man. Common came out with a book. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, this man came out with a book talking about how he got touched and all this type of stuff when he was a kid. It's on Amazon. That fucked up his music. And I understand people go through things, but you a rapper, man. When we listen to your music, we don't want to think about all that. He fucked up his whole legacy, getting too personal and giving too many details. That'll fuck up a movie. The behind the scenes. You all intrigued about the movie until you find out how they did the special effects and everything. Sometimes you got to leave some mystery to it. These was the days when an artist could just be an artist and a personal life really didn't matter like that. But now the art ain't worth a shit because you know the person behind the art. And I realized that with YouTube too, man. People getting too interpersonal with all this type of stuff. It really ain't even that deep. But that's Negro hitting up there. Hey, make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, we got to get back into this Diddy news.
Cameras in the courtroom. There's no cameras. There's no still cameras. There's no photography. There's no video cameras. And he doesn't walk in and out. So we don't really see him. So maybe that had something to do with it. He's not kind of performing for anyone in there. But is he, though? His cousin was in there again, the one that walks in wearing the Free Puffy shirt. And they seem to kind of nod and non-verbally communicate with each other in court today, Ash, when he was going in and out. And every time he could turn around to the gallery, they seemed like they had some sort of understanding and some signals. But tomorrow is going to be really interesting. Tomorrow is when they're going to use those preemptory challenges where both sides get to say no, 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 no to the jurors they don't want. And they've saved all of them for tomorrow.
And they don't have to say why. That's the magic of peremptories. You just get to wave your wand, and it doesn't matter what your reason, except it can't be if they're in a protected class. And there are ways to find that out. Caitlin, good job. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it.
Sash.
The fuck?
Is Mando a product that does
shit
what
out of
we
here,
say?
yo.
All right. For the last 2 days, attorney Lisa Bloom has been in Sean Combs' courtroom as an observer, but a very, very interested observer, because Lisa Bloom represents a government witness who she says is likely to take the stand. She also represents 2 of Diddy's civil accusers, including that famous one I just talked about, Don Richard. I spoke with Lisa Bloom earlier today about what she can tell me about this trial, since she's an insider. I was so curious about you, first because I adore you, but secondly because you're very involved and engaged in this process. You have 2 clients who are civil accusers against P. Diddy, and you have 1 client who is a witness in this criminal case. So clearly I'm going to push you as far as I can. Who is the witness? Are you able to tell me anything about your client who's the witness?
Unfortunately, I'm not. That name is still confidential. I was hoping.
Yo, hold on, y'all. I want to make another point real quick. Okay, yeah, let me make this point real quick. And let me know if y'all feel me on this. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, y'all hear me out there? Let me know if y'all can hear me, because I want to make a quick little point. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, that Eminem was in trouble. He rapped about killing his baby mama, Kim, and all that shit. Let's say Kim ended up dead or whatever, and Eminem was in the news. And they had 2 sisters going in on Eminem. You got Wanda on this side, you got Tawanda on that side, and they working the news on Eminem. Wouldn't that be kind of odd? You got black women working the Eminem case, and they going on and on. Well, Eminem was with Haley, his daughter. Next thing you know, Kim came up missing. We don't know what happened to her. On his Shady album, he was talking about killing his baby mother. Now she's dead. Yeah, Wanda, that's kind of fucked up. Eminem, he been doing this for years. That nigga Eminem, he grimy. He need to go to jail. He about to start the trial. Yup, Eminem. I don't think they will let them do that on the news. First of all, they wouldn't have Eminem in the news like that for any damn thing. But I doubt if they will let 2 sisters tag team Eminem. Better yet, what about this? What if your boy Kid Rock was in the news for some madness? What if Kid Rock did some old crazy shit? What if Kid Rock had a freak off at his house and had all the rock stars and stuff. They was freaking off with those girls. Kid Rock ex-girlfriend said that they got a video of Kid Rock beating his ex-girlfriend's ass in the hotel. I doubt if that tape would have ever made it out. The white Snoop Dogg wouldn't be in that type of trouble. What if his personal business with his longtime partner got out there? Do you think they would have two sisters? Kid Rock, he in court. He about to be going to jail. We doing the Kid Rock trial, everybody. Yeah, start the jury selection for Kid Rock. I don't think that it would go down like that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of awkward when you think about it. I think it's awkward. Somebody said, true that. I think the problem is a lot of music artists made themselves too accessible to the public to be, no doubt. They definitely did. She said, when Cassie walked in that courtroom, Diddy had shitted in his diaper and shaking like he had Parkinson's disease. $100 million she got from him will take care of her, the baby, and her new husband. Okay. That's how y'all feel? That's what it is. Let's get back into this.
During the jury selection process, the judge would be reading a list of witnesses and then the press would hear it. But that has not happened yet. So I'm trying to be mindful and respect the rules. And so I can't disclose that right now.
Understandable.
Okay, thank you. I got some realistic feedback right here, man. She said, of course not. It will look disrespectful to their brand. So don't this look kind of disrespectful? That they tag teaming on a hip hop artist and they not. This woman is the same woman that had, let me show y'all something. This woman is the same woman that had this big ass girl sue Usher talking about Usher gave her herpes. The same, she don't give a fuck about your black pride, your ego. Now she know this is a bad look for Usher. You think she give a damn about Usher and what's a good look for him? She took her and made her a victim. And people on the internet like, ain't no way Usher ran up in that. Ain't no way that Usher gave this girl herpes. Then the girl turned around and said that she ain't got herpes, but Usher do. She said she ain't got the disease, but Usher got it, and he need to tell people he got it. Woman claims singer exposed her to STDs. A woman named Quantasia Sharpton alleges Usher Raymond may have exposed her to herpes. Held a press conference. During the conference, Sharpton recalled how she met Usher, claiming she was introduced to him while she was 19. At one of his concerts, she claimed that he was approached by the singer's security guard. She also claims that the two did have unprotected sex and the singer did not inform her of any potential STDs. Sharpton says she does not have vaginal herpes, but she still feels violated. She was able to sue him for herpes, even though she don't got herpes. But he had them. So he guilty for exposing her to herpes. And this woman was able to pull it off. She did it at the New York Hilton Hotel. She made a press conference out of this like it was a big to-do. Like she had major news publications up there when she really just put a podium in a hotel somewhere. Meanwhile, Bloom is filing a lawsuit on behalf of two women and one man. All they claim have had sexual contact with Usher since his alleged diagnosis. She alleges that one of her remaining clients, either the man or woman, has tested positive for the herpes. So this the same lady working the Diddy case. And she got new victims. Tony Busby got bogus shit out there. They don't care how bogus it is, man. Tony Busby been exposed on so many levels, it don't even make no sense. But as long as they got somebody like Diddy in the news, they don't give a fuck. You could put they could Emmett Till Diddy all day. And the public is not gonna side with, and I ain't trying to convince people to side with Diddy or whatever, but if they could pull this shit with Usher Raymond, and have her, he exposed me to her, he pulled down his pants, he bent me over. Look, they was calling it Herpsgate. Usher's BBW Angel accused of they was fat shaming her on social media, and she had to turn that ass to the side to let people know that she got dunks. And Usher probably did want to, I don't know. He looked like he got the stamina to handle her. They saying that he into BBWs and things. And this is what people online saying. They said, I found a pic of topless Quantasia Sharpton. Quantasia said she was concerned about her health. All right, we see you, mommy, with your health looking self, with your healthy looking self. So she sued him because he violated her health. And she ain't even healthy like that. And on top of that, she ain't even got no damn STDs. Hey, that's Negro here, no there. Let's get back into this.
Come soon, so I'll call you again. And then one of your other clients, Dawn Richard, you and I have talked about her before. She's one of the civil accusers, but her name came up in court yesterday as one of the celebrities. And there's just myriad celebrities that have been named so far. And a lot of these jurors are being asked if they recognize the celebrities. So let's start with Dawn Richard and her nexus now to the criminal case. What can you talk to me about?
Right. So a lot of names came up like Kanye West and Mike Myers, right? And Michael B. Jordan. That doesn't necessarily mean these folks are going to be witnesses in the case. They might be, but more likely they're going to be mentioned. That's the phrase that the judge used. And so it could be that someone is telling a story. I was at a party and this happened and that happened and Dawn Richard was there or Mike Myers was there. I think that is more likely.
So that's what they got to look forward to. It's going to be name droppings in the Diddy trial. So even though they not implicated in the case, they're going to make big news. Y'all get ready, because that's the excitement that's coming. They said Kanye West, blase blah, at a Diddy party. Somebody said they seen fucking Lauren London drinking at the bar at a Diddy party. That's a name drop. That's a sound bite. It's going to make the headlines. Michael Myers, he jumped in the pool. He was there. He ate a chicken wing and jumped in the pool, everybody, at a Diddy party. Fucking Dallas Austin, he was making the beat when Diddy was in the shower. Dallas Austin was making the beat, everybody. He was on the keyboards when Diddy was in the shower. That's what they pushing.
So that's the thing, that whenever you name a celebrity, the internet kind of explodes and everybody starts putting together theories about what the nexus is between that particular celebrity and this particular case. The big question I have, and I'm not sure if you know, but is how many of the celebrities who are out there now are shaking in their boots because of evidence that will possibly be presented in open court, videos that will be played, names that will be named. Is this going to be like a mass outing?
You know, I wonder the same thing, Ashley. Apparently, the potential jurors were given a list of over 100 names and asked if they recognized any of those names, because those are people who will either be witnesses or they will be mentioned. And so we on the outside don't know what those names, I don't have that list, right? But when they're talking about it during jury selection, that's an open process. So everybody who's in there, including me, we're all writing those names down. Now, I don't know what connection Michael B. Jordan has to the case, or Mike Myers has to the case, or Audrey O'Day, the singer, or Kid Cudi, the singer. I don't know what connection they have to the case, but we know that their names are out there so that if any of the jurors had a connection, they would have to reveal it. So far, a number of people, of course, have said, oh, yes, I know the person. I don't know them personally, but I recognize the name. But beyond that, we don't know. But are people shaking in their boots? I mean, I would imagine some are. And at a very minimum, I'm sure these folks do not appreciate their name being mentioned in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial, but there's not a lot they can do about it either.
Or maybe they appreciate the fact that their names aren't being mentioned with really awful facts next to them. As long as it remains nebulous, for those who might be guilty, that's not a bad thing. For those who may be completely innocent, they're probably frustrated that the context wasn't attached early on. One last question, and it's a 60,000-foot view, and that is that we are in a post-Me Too environment where it feels sometimes like the pendulum has been swinging back against women. Blake Lively has been taking it on the chin publicly. You have Amber Heard, who lost terribly, not only in court, but in the public opinion as well. And I'm wondering if you think that same zeitgeist exists right now and might employ itself in the Diddy trial.
Producers, this Friday
Hold
helps
on,
you
wait,
finish
wait,
your
wait, wait,
tracks
wait, wait,
way
wait.
faster. Check
Wait,
this out.
wait,
I'm gonna
wait,
start
wait,
with
wait.
this loop that I made.
Ain't that funny how I was talking about Dallas Austin in the key on the beat? I was just talking about Dallas Austin on the keyboard, Diddy in the shower, and they fucking around played this. They be listening, man. Shit spooky. I be thinking about stuff. Like the other day, I was thinking about the movie Limitless. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch that movie this weekend. I turned on the TV. First thing that popped up, Limitless. Watch it now. I'm like, this shit. Read thoughts. It's crazy out here, man. I want to talk about that real quick. Y'all stay tuned. Let me get this together. John. Yo, it wasn't nothing criminal about the Johnny Depp trial. It wasn't no way nobody was going to jail. This was some good drama. People ate this shit up. And Johnny was the hero at the end of it. He was the fucking hero. Her ass was the villain when it was all said and done. Y'all see the dynamic? Even though she was crying and she was, before they throw Johnny in jail or paint him out to be a monster, look at her ass. It's just like every Jason movie, every Freddy Krueger movie, it ain't going down. You can cry wolf all you want. Oh, he did this, he did that. Oh. Johnny walked out that courtroom cool like a motherfucker. His movie spiked after this. No matter what they said, people was not giving up their Johnny Depp. I know I wasn't. Edward Scissorhands can do no fucking wrong. Willy Wonka, the Captain Jack, you is not tarnishing shit he got going on. They did a whole trial, and this ain't do nothing but make him cooler. What's that movie I watched not that long ago where they uploaded his brain into the machine? Transcendent. Good ass movie. The dude from Blow. They did not Diddy Johnny Depp. And they had him in court. Why they ain't got Diddy in court? Where the Diddy pictures at? That's how you know it's some bullshit. But that's the dynamic, man. They could do Diddy all types of dirty, but they wouldn't do nobody like Johnny Depp like that. Let's be real. Look at this.
Not only in court, but in the public opinion as well. And I'm wondering if you think that same zeitgeist exists right now and might employ itself in the Diddy trial.
You know, Ashley, I've been representing victims of discrimination, harassment, and abuse since 1986, nearly 40 years. And I have lived with the pendulum swinging one way and then the other way. And you're right, with Me Too and 2017 and the couple of years after that, it really swung in favor of women. And has it swung back? I mean, maybe to some extent, but I think Me Too is not over. I think we have educated people about, for example, that victims may take years.
That Me Too shit only work with black men. Let's be real. That's basically what she's trying to say. The pendulum swing this way. It's a if and a whatnot. Man, Me Too only works against rich, successful black men. I ain't seen it work in no other case. And if I'm wrong, somebody show me where the Me Too movement worked against anybody but successful black men. I ain't seen it. Not on mainstream media. I could be wrong. Somebody fill me in. Somebody let me know.
to come forward, especially against a powerful person that they work with. I think people understand that better. They don't expect them to run to the police immediately. Maybe they'll never go to the police, and I think people understand that. You know, one thing that's made me sad sitting through the jury selection in the court is how many people say they have been the victim of sexual harassment or sexual assault, or somebody close to them has. It's still quite a large number, and if you break it down to the female jurors, even larger. I mean, I think most of them have had some kind of experience with sexual harassment or sexual assault. So we certainly still have a long way to go.
Lisa, great to see you. I hope we can talk as the trial continues throughout the next couple of weeks.
Great to see you as well. Thank you for your coverage.
I'm joined now by Lindsay Granger. She's an entertainment journalist and News Nation contributor. She's also a former supervising producer for Diddy's Revolt TV. Lindsay, good to have you back on the show.
Oh, you know what? Now, this is going to be interesting. I am dying to see what this sister got to say. I got to take a little break real quick, man. I'm dying to see what this sister got to say. She worked with Diddy at Revolt. She looks so peaceful and humble. Look at her face, man. She full of grace. I love this sister right here, man. I'm eager to know what she got to say about all this. This may be the best part of this whole News Nation podcast that they put together. They brought this queen up there. What do she got to say? Is y'all excited like how I'm excited? I am wondering. She worked with Diddy at Revolt and they got her up there. Oh man, matter of fact, let me calm down. I'm all excited and shit. Let me calm down so we can hear what she got to say, man. Y'all ready? Y'all listening? Yo, hit them like buttons, y'all. Okay, let me make sure I got it all set up. Okay, we good. Okay, so man, okay, what she got to say about Diddy?
Show. Thanks for doing this. So big question. Every time a famous name drops, there's like a supercharged zap that goes through the internet where everyone tries to do the parlor game of figuring out what that guy or that girl has in connection to Diddy. Are we going to actually see these connections? Is this going to ruin people, this case?
Well, I think every time we see a name drop, we see a heart drop from the PR team or for the celebrity themselves. I think nobody wants to be attached to such egregious charges. And even the headline, and we know we live in a fast-paced headline, Instagram-consuming world right now. Unfortunately, people don't read beyond that. So if you see, somebody is now subpoenaed to come to trial, like Michael B. Jordan or Lauren London, obviously people are going to have questions about how they're attached to this and why. And some have substantial potential connections to this trial. So when we talk about people like Kid Cudi, the LA Fire Department actually corroborated the story that a car on his property did blow up around that time of year when Cassie filed the civil charge and also named that as a real thing that happened. Cassie talked about it. Dawn Richards corroborated some of these abuse stories. And so I think there's a lot of people that actually could speak to the character, which they're trying to build a story, a lifestyle, a culture, a character flaws, and try to show you that why this person who you may have known or idolized, which the jury is not supposed to, is somebody who maybe you didn't know that well. And I think that's what they're trying to do.
So you worked for Diddy's Revolt TV for years. You had one-on-one with him. He would visit the network, I think a couple times a year, maybe up to 4 times a year. I wonder, will people like you be called, people that you worked with to testify maybe on his behalf to say our work environment was great? Because I know you've said you never had any incidents.
Yeah, I think that there are probably people that worked closer directly with Diddy at the time. As I said, I was a supervising producer for the news department, and I think there were levels of people who actually worked directly with him making decisions that probably will be called because a lot of his brands are under Combs Enterprises where people cross-pollinate and work for a lot of different places. But yeah, like I said, my experience, as you and I have discussed, is not anything that falls in line with these charges. I was actually alarmed by them, but I think it's a bigger thing of sweeping things under the rug and the culture of this bravado instead of the culture of honesty and empathy in leadership, and how sometimes we take superstars and we make them not human. And so we allow, I mean, there couldn't be no one that saw this. You showed pictures earlier of the party and how many people were attending, celebrities and otherwise, staff members. Somebody saw something. And so I think that's going to come to light. And some of those people had to be staffers, people that coordinated and organized things like his girlfriend or wife getting to and from. I mean,
while she talking, all you see is pictures of him with Cassie and J-Lo. She ain't even trying to do him like that, y'all. She ain't trying to throw him under the bus. He ain't got no problems from the sisters. She said it was all cool beans around her way. Diddy ain't never tried her like that. She was shocked. She said she was shocked when she heard the allegations. Like, for real? He usually mess with high-end people. They trying to say he was sleeping with the janitors and shit. Or whoever he came across. He just was a freak nasty man. She ain't never seen none of that. And she worked up there at Revolt for years. She said, there's levels to this. I ain't been there. That ain't the word that was going around in her work environment. She was very comfortable doing what she was doing. They trying to make it seem like if she's willing to be a victim, if she wanted to play ball, they would definitely let her play ball, man. If she wanted to join in and kick this man while he down, they would have threw a bag at her ass. Like, say that shit. Say it again. Say it again. They would have been dancing around her like Pinky on Friday. Say it again. But she ain't want to play that game, man. But she's still giving them enough for them to work with so she could keep her pockets filled in. But she ain't doing him like that. Y'all see that? Y'all be so quick to throw a sister under the bus and make it seem like the sister's the problem when it be your exoticals that'll really have your ass jammed up. You know what I'm saying? He said, are they all coming to Metro? What y'all talking about? I'm looking for somebody that, what it do, beautiful? I see you over there. See, the sister didn't do him wrong. People want to get mad. Y'all can get mad. What I'm trying to say is that beautiful sister did Diddy right. And y'all mad. Y'all was hoping I was going to say something negative about this Nubian queen. Y'all came here thinking I was going to put the hate with the hate, but we ain't doing that. That sister did right by Diddy. Jennifer Lopez and Cassie, them the ones that's the problem. Paris Hilton and all them other ones, they the problem. Susie and Jenny, they the problem. You know, but this beautiful sister, this Nubian queen, this Nubian goddess didn't do Diddy like that. She said Diddy was a good man. And I ain't trying to say he is. I ain't on Diddy's side. I'm just saying this sister didn't throw him under the bus like that. You could leave that to Cassie, even though she pregnant with another man's baby. She's supposed to have moved on with her life. The past is the past. He paid me my money and let me get the fuck out of here. But she wanted to be messy for the money. She ain't never give a fuck about Diddy then. She don't give a fuck about his black ass now. She just wanted his money. And for a lot of y'all brothers out there trying to find you a Cassie, you better wake up. Because y'all be thinking the grass is green on the other side. And that ain't even the case, playboy. Y'all need to see. They tried to put a Biggie on Usher. Y'all know that was a goddamn lie. The only way somebody gonna lie on you and play games is if they look like Rasputia. Y'all better get you a decent female and get your ass somewhere and sit down. And if you freaky with a fetish and you into this type of thing, best believe she'll do you dirty for some money. That's why brothers out here paying all that child support. Them fine dimes don't want a dime. Them good-looking women that got their bodies together and all that, them dimes don't want a dime from a man. They could do bad all by themselves. Her ass gonna sue you for all the cookies, all the Similac, all the food stamps. She want all the child support, all the baby oil. And I ain't talking about just because she big, because there's big women out there that don't need a man for nothing neither. It's big women out there that ain't got their baby daddies on child support neither. But it's levels to this. You got biggies, and then you got biggies. Can't you see? I want y'all to see, and don't be calling me corny in the comment section. I'm trying to make a point while your ass over there hating. Look. Hope nothing nasty pop up, because you just never know. Diddy was humping on them big girls too. Maybe him and Usher got something in common, y'all. Diddy tore that ass up on the dance floor. He was not playing with her. She couldn't even get away from Diddy. But you know what the truth is? All brothers like big girls. They just don't admit it. Every brother will do. And that's the messed up part, man. Shout out to the brothers that ain't got no shame in their game. Because all brothers do. Diddy did too. He was with a couple of biggies. He just ain't never take them on the red carpet. Oh, no, they didn't do the Soul Train line with Baby Love. What the hell? He need to be at home with his kids. They did a whole Soul Train line with the baby. They got her rapping Biggie lyrics and she just a child. She wake up in the middle of the night talking about, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazines. Like, who in the hell taught you that? Like Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. She got on a Mary J. Blige shirt. They doing too much, man. They need their father home ASAP. And it's kind of ironic how Biggie's mother passed the same month Angie Stone passed, and they look like identical twins. If that's not a conspiracy that people need to be talking about. I mean, I tried to talk about it, but people, you know, they don't like hearing stuff like that because it's too real. Niggas sold their ass like there was a Happy Meal, a Big and Mac. He put their ass on the menu, and now both of them gone. Dirty motherfucker. If anything, he need to be on trial for this shit he did to his artists. Whatever happened with Cassie, that was all consensual. I doubt it. But then again, Biggie's shit was consensual too. Look. He knew what time it was. He was ready to die. He sacrificed himself for a record deal. Diddy was like, you sure you want to do this, Playboy? Like, I'm ready to die. Like, all right, sign right here. Yeah, sure enough, you know, you don't play with stuff like this. But hey, he was willing. Everybody that Diddy screwed over, it was consensual. And when he died, they put out life after death. I mean, that's what it was in the contract, man. Biggie should have never signed it. Rest in peace to Big Papa, but he had to know what he was getting himself into. And then Diddy came with this album. Look. Hold on. After Biggie died, he made an album called No Way Out. Like, oh, y'all gonna die, man. Ain't no way out this shit. We the mob. He made it seem like they was the mob. Life after death and No Way Out. That's worse than Death Row. Well, that's basically Death Row, man. You on Death Row, you gotta die. That's the only way you're gonna get out of there. So this was his answer to Death Row, No Way Out. Tupac died on Death Row. Biggie had life, he died, had life after death, and then he dropped this album. Legendary. Hold on the back of No Way Out, he got a picture of him standing with Biggie in the damn cemetery. So he already knew Biggie was gonna die. They took these pictures beforehand. Yo, that's a cold motherfucker right there. That boy cold. That's what he need to be on trial for. The hell of fuck him having a freak off. You mean tell me all these people done died mysteriously, conspiracially, and he on trial because he had a freak off with Cassie? So Biggie a cold case, Tupac a cold case. All these other situations is cold cases. They had an East Coast, West Coast war where plenty of people lost their lives. But poor Cassie. Oh, Cassie. It ain't matter how many people died, man. It don't make no sense to me. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. I got so much love for y'all. Y'all gotta do me a favor too. Make sure y'all Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button too, baby. I got so much love for y'all. Look at Cassie. She big and pregnant with another man's baby, worried about what's going on with Diddy. About to have another man's child, but want to see Diddy spend the rest of his life in jail. Is she mad because Diddy never gave her a baby? What's her problem? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Got so much love for y'all. I got to